Local leaders met with state officials to discuss the future of water here in the Coastal Bend, but one key group skipped the event. We'll share why.
Plus, severe storms ripping across the U.S. A look at some of the damage many are waking up to this morning.
And with all the new Bobble Hall pier improvements we saw, many are seeing an angler science behind the new structure. A look at how it works.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. Wow, what an eventful night that we had last night. I don't know if you guys heard it, not only the thunder, but the wind. Man, that came in force, so we got to bring in the big guns over here. Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber joins us once again, reunited, and it feels so good.
That's right. Hey, you know, the weather's bringing us together this morning because it was just a huge show out there. Yeah. For me, it was mainly the wind. For a lot of neighbors, I mean, y'all are on the south side. You were probably closer to where some of that lightning was. In my neighborhood, it's trash day, and a lot of my neighbors are going to be cleaning up some trash before they get up and out the door. So if today's your trash day, you might want to take a look outside before you get too busy with your morning. Here's the view right now. Things much more tranquil. If you're heading up and out the door, looks like things are moving smoothly on the Harbor Bridge. Haven't seen much for delays out that way. So here's the view along 181 between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi. Not going to find any trouble on the commute. The major roadway is looking good. It's spring break, so not a lot of folks out this early for the rest of this week. Let's take advantage of that because you're going to want to take it slow. Again, wet pavement, a big deal for a lot of neighborhoods around here, even though most of the weather earlier this morning was with wind. You might be playing tug of war with the steering wheel too, but those winds are coming down. Overall, looks like a decent ride out the door. At the ride to NAS Corpus Christi, maybe CCAD, that speed is starting to slow down. Now we're seeing speeds around 7 miles per hour along NAS Drive, but for the most part, traffic really not going to be too hampered by the weather today. So here's a look at some drive times. If you're heading to the island from downtown, that ride will take you about 22 minutes. Over the Harbor Bridge from Portland into downtown, 11 minutes. And if you're heading into downtown from Cal Island, 13 minutes as you head out. Make sure you stay safe and drive safe. I'll have your forecast ahead.
Thank you so much, Steph. Well, Corpus Christi city leaders met with State Senator Adam Hinojosa yesterday, actually, to discuss our tightening water timeline.
However, one party was noticeably absent. On Monday, Chris Hicks broke the news that the city of Sinton had denied an invitation by the senator to sit down with Corpus Christi city leaders. In their statement, Sinton leaders cited concerns with transparency, specifically wanting Corpus Christi to provide essential information and respond to previous proposals submitted in relation to the Evangeline Groundwater Project, a project that Sinton filed a protest against and is currently held up with the San Patricio County Groundwater Conservation District. City Manager Peter Zanoni addressing those concerns.
That will clearly show that the city of Corpus Christi Water, in good faith and with a lot of effort, has been continuously reaching out to the city of Sinton. So having that dialogue to get this project to bring water to the region is going to take continued communication, continued effort.
So during the meeting, the city provided the latest regarding Evangeline and other projects that they're working towards in order to avoid curtailment. A report on that meeting will be released in the coming days.
The Corpus Christi City Council is scheduled to get an update next Tuesday on our water supply. Also on the agenda for the meeting is an ordinance to purchase groundwater rights to just over 21,000 acres of property in San Patricio County. The City Council is being asked to okay the $169.4 million purchase from Evangeline Laguna LP. Another desalination project is also on Tuesday's council agenda. The city will consider a motion that would authorize city staff to work with CPS Energy to develop options for seawater desalination at the Barney Davis Power Plant.
That would be a big one. Well, it's been just over a week, I should say, since Lake Corpus Christi dropped below 10% of capacity for the first time ever. Now, unfortunately, even with the recent rain, that downward trend has continued. As of yesterday, the lake is at 9.8% capacity. Choke Canyon Reservoir, another important source of water for Corpus Christi, is at 8.2% of capacity. The combined capacity for Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon, that's at 8.7% of capacity. Quick power outage update for Nueces County. We currently have less than 300 people without power. That's actually quite the drop. So dangerous storms with tornadoes and giant hail tore across central U.S. overnight in other parts of the country, of course, Tuesday into Wednesday.
With storms pushing east early today, the main concern is now flash flooding and damaging winds. Reed Binion reports.
There it is, right there. This is right here, Griffin Road area.
A massive tornado ripping through the Kankakee, Illinois area Tuesday evening.
Everybody get in, get downstairs if you're out here. Stay safe. People in their cars are crazy. I'm going downstairs now. Hi, guys.
Part of a widespread outbreak of severe weather tracking across the central U.S. overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Before that tornado in Kankakee, the same tornadic supercell produced a twister near Pontiac, Illinois. The supercell moved east across towns from central Illinois through northern Indiana.
We have an area that a lot of homes and businesses have been hit. Power lines are down everywhere. Injuries so far have been reported as being minor injuries, but the home damage is pretty significant.
The severe weather also included hail, some of it reportedly more than 5 inches in diameter in Illinois, which could set a new state record. Texas also seeing large hail, some of it reportedly baseball-sized. The Lone Star State also seeing at least one tornado and tens of thousands of power outages. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Here at home, it's the 2-week anniversary of the new Bob Hall Pier, and it's been a fishing paradise for neighbors. Anglers at the pier are reeling in everything from sheep's head to drum and even small sharks. And you know, when Brian and I were out there, we even saw someone catch a stingray. Well, neighborhood news reporter Drew Bishop visited TAMUCC to find out the science behind fishermen finding great success at the new pier.
Hard structure grows like a fouling community, which can make food for fish like sheep's head. Eddies and stuff behind the pier legs can concentrate prey and attract more of the, predatory fish that people would like to catch.
Well, Strike adds that as the pier's trestle is taken down, it could lead to a small decrease in fish. But he assured that as long as the main structure exists, there will be prey that attracts plenty of fish around the new Bob Hall Pier.
Good morning. It'd be nice if we had some pleasant weather to go fishing in, right? A little stormy this morning, but things are generally improving as we head through the rest of today. We've got a lot to talk about because Wednesday is an inflection point in our forecast. Major changes on the way, but before we see the sunshine return, here's a look at where the rain fell over the past several hours. I've got the Nueces River watershed outlined here in blue, and you'll see, even though we haven't had a whole lot of rain here at home, yes, all day yesterday, our watershed was getting a heavy dose of storms, some of those producing hail, tornadoes out in western parts of Texas, west of the I-35 corridor anyways. So it does benefit us when rain falls within this blue outlined area. Does not go in vain. But as far as the past couple of hours have gone, a lot of this has started to move toward the coast. A few hours ago, we had some pretty windy situations here locally and a little bit to show for it, at least as far as the radar estimated rainfall goes, but nothing in comparison to what we're seeing in more of the northern tier of the watershed, where they picked up 1, 2, maybe a few more inches of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Now, is this going to make a difference at our reservoirs, our lake levels? Probably not. But we have a lot of drought in South Texas that is going to be, I think, really improved over the not just tomorrow's drought update, but next week's as well. So some things to look out for in the coming days. However, for today, we are going to see that sunshine return. A couple of more showers possible as we head through this morning, but generally the action has moved out. Still going to be a windy one here, but boy, were those winds whipping a short time ago. Peak winds gusting around 40 miles per hour. There was a report from NAS Corpus Christi of a 52-mile-per-hour wind gust. Didn't see that updated there on the map, but I did see that one of their hourly observations. This morning, we've just got some mistiness out there. The roadways look good along SPID, and temperatures not feeling too chilly considering a lot of this is coming from a cold front. The cold front is not here yet, and our winds are starting to relax a bit as it comes closer to us, but those winds are going to pick up and switch wind direction. Check this out. it's going to pick our temperatures up in a big way. Yes, a cold front is going to make it hotter. That's because those winds are really going to pick up, have most of us topping out near 90 degrees for that afternoon high temperature. And then we've got sunshine for days. It does come with a few chilly mornings. We're talking Thursday morning, 53 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Friday morning, 46. But look at the difference that dry air makes. By the afternoon, we'll have rebounded to around 80 degrees. Make some outdoor plans. The weather is looking phenomenal.
All right, folks, I don't need to tell you, but gas prices are a major concern as you're hitting the road. What you can expect if you plan to hit the pump today, though.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
The World Health Organization warns black rain in Iran could pose serious health risks. Airstrikes at target oil facilities sent thick black smoke into the air. And WHO officials say the strikes triggered fires and created serious concerns about air quality. Iran is already grappling with a severe water crisis, and the acid rain or black rain threatens to harm the bodies of water that the country relies on.
So on top of that humanitarian crisis we have as the Iran war continues, we got a gas price crisis here as well. After some promising news as oil futures took a 7% drop, that was after Trump suggested that the war may end soon. It looks like the averages are actually back up. But let's take a look at what exactly I'm talking about. According to GasBuddy, $3.59 as the national average, up by 5 cents since yesterday, 64 cents since the war began. Texas, $3.26, up by 6 cents since yesterday, 70 cents since the war began. Corpus Christi, we're not immune to it. $3.37, up 3 cents since yesterday, and 77 cents since the war began. Here for Corpus Christi proper, a bit harder to find the cheapest price since they change so frequently nowadays, but Walmart on Staples, we're reporting in at $3.15 as of about 6 hours ago. That's for Portland Friends. Cheapest price is $3.19, and this is at the H-E-B on Wildcat. Watch out for any jumps on that one, though, because that was updated about 7 hours ago. If you're out there on the island, looks like the cheapest price is a Circle K at $3.19, although that hasn't been updated since yesterday, so watch out for any price hikes there. If you can find any cheaper prices than these guys, you might want to stop and fill up while you can, because you can only see them going up in the near future. I have all these prices posted on our website, christv.com.
Hey there, howdy, good morning. It was probably an early morning for you if you're joining us, because we had some storms rolling through, and really it was the wind that had more of a show than the rainfall. However, there are still some wet roadways, so as you're heading out, please be careful. Here's the view along SPID right now. We've got some busy bees out already on the roadways. And so, yes, you may not be using the windshield wipers, but it is damp and those roadways may be a little bit slick. There is also a little bit of wind to contend with, not as breezy, obviously, as it was a few hours ago. And these winds are actually coming down. They will be back this afternoon, and the winds this afternoon will be pushing those temperatures close to the 90s today. So it is going to be a warm one. But what we're seeing right now, this is kind of that inflection point in the forecast. Things are going to take a change. We started the week with gloomy weather, had a little bit of rain overnight. We're going to see a whole lot of sunshine for the second half of spring break, so make some plans. Temperatures not too chilly right now, but the next couple of mornings will be chilly. Let's talk about what's going on in your neighborhood with the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. We're taking a trip to Port A and Aransas Pass this morning, where on one side of the channel, 35-mile-per-hour peak wind gust. So far today off Porpoise Drive in Aransas Pass. In Port A, Stanley Weather reporting a 24-mile-per-hour wind gust, but the winner, NAS Corpus Christi, 52-mile-per-hour wind gust out that way. So as I mentioned, the winds are still going to be a factor in today's forecast, but in a different way. At most, the gusts will be around 25 miles per hour, but they're going to come from the northwest this afternoon, and that is a direction that, believe it or not, is really going to get those temperatures going. It's all because of a cold front that has been kicking up storms ahead of it. This is what brought rain to our watershed yesterday, and showers and storms overnight, though most of the rain has charted north of us. Once this cold front passes, the winds will turn northwest behind it, and that's where temperatures start to rise. So while most of us who are not on the coast will be near 90 degrees, out along the coast, if you're heading out, maybe doing some fishing, heading to the beach, those temperatures will be near 80 because the water's going to keep you a little bit cooler. Surf around 3 to 4 feet, still breezy out that way, and yes, you do need the SPF 30 or better. Moderate risk of rip current today, so please be careful, mind the beach flags, and swim with a buddy. Stay safe out there. We want to have a nice spring break. Temperature will top out at 89 today in Corpus Christi. If we're lucky, maybe get to around 90. That'll be briefly, but look at these chilly mornings. mornings. Thursday morning, 53 degrees. We rebound to the lower 70s. Friday morning will be the chilliest, 46, but the afternoon spectacular, a high of 80 degrees.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back, folks. So, a new investigation into non-organic fruits and vegetables grown in California. They may contain traces of pesticides known as forever chemicals. California supplies about 3/4 of the fruits and nuts eaten here in the U.S. Forever chemicals can take decades to break down in the environment. Legacy forever chemicals have been linked to cancer, obesity, thyroid disease, high cholesterol, decreased fertility, liver damage, hormone disruption, and damage to the immune system.
March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and some factors that can raise risk can't be changed, like genetics and age. But there are other lifestyle choices that can increase chances of developing this type of cancer, including obesity, smoking, and excessive alcohol use. Another concern is that early onset colorectal cancers are being detected at a later age.
Hey there, good morning. Are you getting ready to head up and out the door? Chances are this is probably an earlier morning for you because of all the wind and storms a few hours ago. Well, let's take advantage of the early rise, make it a good morning. Looks like a lot of folks moving smoothly along the Harbor Bridge. We haven't seen much for delays out that way or really anywhere across the coastal bend. So that is the good news on this Wednesday morning. Looking good on 181 between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi. Around town, smooth roadways, but wet roadways on Ocean Drive, SPID, Saratoga, and the Crosstown Expressway, so give yourself a little bit of extra time. If you are heading out to the Bluff, maybe heading to CCAT and NAS Corpus Christi, speeds back up to around 21 miles per hour out here on NAS Drive. This stretch of SPID looks good, as do many other commutes this morning. So here's a look at drive times. If you're heading to the island from downtown, that's a 23-minute ride. 11 minutes will get you over the Harbor Bridge, and our neighbors coming to downtown from Calallen, it's about a 13-minute ride for you. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. I'll have your forecast ahead. Hey there, good morning and happy Wednesday. You know, if today has been a bit of a not great week, it's okay. You still have the whole rest of the week left. If it's been a good week, also okay, we've got a whole week left. So let's make the most of this Wednesday. We're over the hump, and we're over the hump of this weather pattern. The gloomy days are behind us and the sunshine is coming back fast, even though we had some storms this morning. Have a look at the radar. There's some good news in what I'm showing you right here. I have outlined in blue the Nueces River watershed. And so just like we were watching this weekend with bated breath, we have been watching this area because there have been storms in the northern part of our watershed since yesterday. And then of course, a few hours ago, we got our fair share of wind, maybe not so much on the rain, but here's how things have shaped up for us. We did pick up just a small amount of rain here across our neighborhoods, but the northern tier of the watershed did pretty good. Some areas we think picked up around 1 to 2 inches, which won't make a big difference at our reservoirs, but we have a lot of drought across South Texas as a whole, and this is going to chip away at that. We need to moisten the soils so that we can get the rain to run off into the tributaries and rivers that go to our reservoirs. So every little bit helps. It's going to take a process, but we're putting a step in the right direction. Here's a look at the radar over the past few hours, and a lot of the rain and storms, wind we saw a few hours ago has cleared out. It's either gone up the coast or off the coast. And while there are still a few little showers dancing across Live Oak County, we can't rule out a stray shower here or there as we head through the next couple of hours, but generally we're on a downward trend. The rain is wrapping up. We still have some wet roadways out there though, so please be careful as you head out and about this morning. Temperatures not feeling too bad. It is a bit damp out there. Temperatures in the low to middle 70s, a little cooler in Hebbronville where the temperature is 67 degrees, and they are reporting a shower out that way. Winds have come down quite a bit, but they were stronger not too long ago. The Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network takes us to Port A and Aransas Pass, where in Port A, Stanley Weather reporting a 24-mile-per-hour peak wind gust across the channel, and Aransas Pass a 35-mile-per-hour peak wind gust off Porpoise Drive. And we had reports of stronger wind gusts out there. It's all because the weather pattern, the big weather picture, is changing. This dashed line you see here, that's the appetizer to the cold front that'll be moving through later this morning. And the cold front We'll bring some cooler mornings to our forecast, but it's going to warm us up today, believe it or not. So what you need to know if you're planning a walk with your favorite four-legged pup like Missy here, our dog walking forecast star, is that it is going to be a generally warm day, a breezy one. But as our winds start to pick up and shift from the northwest, instead of cooling us down, we're going to warm up. Here's why. The cooler air behind that front, the drier air behind that front, it's in the Edwards Plateau. As it makes its way down to the coastal bend, it is dropping in elevation. That compresses the air, and just like pumping air into your bike tire, that warms up. So that's going to take us to around 90 degrees this afternoon. If you're heading out to the coast, a little cooler since you're by the water, we'll call it 80 degrees. Moderate risk of rip current today for the spring breakers, so please be careful if you are making plans out on the coast. Otherwise, 3 to 4 foot surf. Mind the beach flags, swim with a buddy, and you can check these conditions anytime on our website, christv.com/beach conditions. So how's the rest of spring break looking? Spectacular. Like I said, a few chilly mornings ahead, but we have great afternoons full of sunshine all the way through the weekend.
Coming up, a sweet road trip snack without the added sugar, but with nutrition. Homemade fruit leather roll-ups. They're great for kids and adults. Stay tuned.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hi, we're the Jamesons, and we are here in Rockport at the Oyster Fest, and we would like to wish all of you a good morning.
And again, that was the Jameson family. We want to wish you guys a good morning too, and have a great day. Thank you so much for this shout out video. And folks, if you want to send your own shout out video, all you got to do is scan the QR code or just go to our website, christv.com.
So spring break is taking place for many families here in the coastal bend. Ed, there are a couple different travel snack options you might want to try out.
Yeah, Scripps News Group food and wellness contributor Jessica DeLuise shares a homemade fruit roll-up.
These fruit leather roll-ups won't spill or spoil even after hours on a road trip. They're perfect when you need a little something sweet without the added sugar. I'm Scripps News food and wellness contributor Jessica DeLuise. This is such a fun recipe to make, and it's even great if you have fruit that gets a little soft, it's about to be spoiled, just make a fruit leather. So we're gonna use a blender, and I'm using 2 cups of frozen berries. Honestly, you can use any fruit that you want. Applesauce and lemon juice. Blend it up. Fruit leather is made through a process of dehydration. I like to start the process on the stovetop to get ahead of the dehydration and let some of that extra liquid steam off. And I'll put the lid halfway on just to let the steam escape but prevent splatter. Now we'll carefully pour this out onto a silicone-lined baking sheet. I've done this with parchment paper, it just doesn't work as well as silicone. Now we'll spread that out into an even layer. You don't want it too thin, or when it dehydrates, your fruit leather will actually crack. So I like to go for about 1/4 to 1/3 inch thickness. Now this will go in the oven at the lowest setting, usually around 200, until it completely dehydrates. And this is what it looks like completely dehydrated. So let me show you how to roll it up. First you want to test it and make sure that it easily pulls away from the silicone mat. Then we'll flip it out onto a piece of parchment paper. For the ease of cutting, I like to put a second piece of parchment paper on top, and then we cut our rolls. And once they're all cut, you can roll them up. Like, is there a better way to get kids to eat fruit? I think not. Optionally, you could strain out the seeds for a smoother texture. Fruity and sweet. You don't need any added sugar. You can find this recipe at scripsnews.com/kitchenista.
Hey there, good morning. Maybe you're like me, you need another coffee. Maybe some fruit. There's your reminder to be healthy for today. I don't know what kind of weather today's coffee really fits, because we are at an inflection point. We're going to see some changes. The rain, the last of it, starting to move out. We can't rule out a few more showers just here and there over the next 2 or 3 hours, but lots of sunshine coming our way this afternoon. Here's what's going on in the big weather picture. We have a cold front on the way. This line you see here, that's the appetizer. That's what woke you up early this morning and threw my neighbor's trash cans around. But the front, that's coming here to bring us the sunshine for the spring breakers and everybody else who wants to make plans outside. Here's what you can expect hour by hour. Temperatures are going to warm up in a big way. We are going to be at 80 degrees by lunchtime, but that's not where we stop. Again, a few little showers we can't rule out. Notice the wind direction. We're going from southwest winds to northwest winds. And those winds are going to be the reason why our temperatures skyrocket this afternoon through the 80s, and we might make a run at 90 degrees today. Either way, it's not going to be as problematic of a wind as what we saw early this morning, but it is probably going to be a little more refreshing with those warm temperatures. Here's a look at what to expect out along the coast. We're going to have a moderate risk of rip currents, so please be careful if you had plans to be out in the water. Swim with a buddy, mind the beach flags, and beware of those rip currents. 3 to 4 foot surf. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler because of the water. We'll hang out around near 80 degrees, but you're still going to want to wear that SPF 30 or better. And if you like the sunshine, we've got it in the forecast for the next couple of days. We've got a few chilly mornings, but the afternoons are going to be picture perfect.
Amid water woes, the city of Corpus Christi is responding after the city of Sinton made their stance clear. A look at Tuesday's meeting.
Also responding to the water crisis, Governor Greg Abbott. The message that he's leaving for city leaders.
And a sailor killed in the attack on Pearl Harbor has finally been identified. I'll show you how the news is bringing his family together with another tied to the same ship and the same day.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Hey folks, thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman, folks. You just saw we have plenty of neighborhood news for you this morning. But first, we got to check in with meteorologist Stephanie Lover, who's filling in for Stephen this morning. I think he brought in all that thunder, that lightning, the rain.
It was you, huh?
I just want everybody to be awake bright and early. It was a very loud kind of situation. I saw on Facebook a lot of our neighbors woke up to lightning. The wind may have woken you up. Either way, it probably wasn't the rain. We didn't see too much of that. There were some decent totals. We'll talk about it, but here's the latest with the radar right now. We've got a couple of showers out there. So this means if you're heading out the door, you can expect a few of your, all of our roadways to be a bit wet. We're not seeing a whole bunch of rain, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but do be careful. Give yourself some extra time. The winds have also come down considerably, so this morning we shouldn't really have too much trouble from the weather if you're heading out anytime soon. Still spotting a few showers in Live Oak County where 59, 281, and 37 come together. That's really about it. And the commute along SPID this morning looking just fine. We've got some reflection off the roadways, which tells me things are still damp out this way, but we haven't seen any delays as a result, thankfully. So traffic looks good so far. Here's a look at conditions in your neighborhood. Temperatures not too chilly. We're hanging out in those low to middle 70s, but there are going to be some changes in both the temperature, the sky condition, the wind, all happening today. I'll walk you through what to expect coming up in just a few minutes.
I'm your San Patricio County neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam. Despite the absence of a key party, water discussions continue as Corpus Christi city leaders tell us what comes next.
In a meeting meant to bring two cities together, only one came to the table on Tuesday.
While they are not present today, I wanted to make it very clear that the invitation remains open and that the door for conversation will always be open.
On Monday, the city of Sinton announced that it was declining an invite from State Senator Adam Hinojosa to sit down with Corpus Christi leadership, citing concerns with transparency. Concerns City Manager Peter Zanoni says have already been addressed.
That will clearly show that the city of Corpus Christi Water, in good faith and with a lot of effort, has been continuously reaching out to the city of Sinton.
Much of the discussion centering around the Evangeline Groundwater Project, which Corpus Christi still sees as a viable source for more water despite delays in the court, in part due to protests filed by the city of Sinton. Despite their absence, the meeting went on.
It was a good opportunity for us to provide what we have provided to Sinton, to provide what Sinton has told us and how we responded back.
Corpus Christi has addressed a lot of the issues as best they can. Now, of course, without Sinton being present today, we don't know if that's satisfactory for them.
With the city of Corpus Christi providing the senator with the latest on our tightening water timeline. As for Sinton, Zanoni says there's been no communication with them since Monday's announcement, but he tells me that they'll continue their efforts to work within San Patricio County.
And so having that dialogue to get this project to bring water to the region is going to take continued communication, continued effort.
A report on Tuesday's meeting will be released in the coming days and will also be sent to members of the legislature and the governor as well. Reporting in Portland, I'm Adam Beam for Chris 6 News.
Now, speaking of Governor Greg Abbott, he made it very clear he's aware of Corpus Christi's ongoing water crisis.
Oh, yeah, he did. So yesterday, he made it clear that he is not happy with how it's been handled. During a campaign stop early on yesterday, in the Austin area community of Manor, the focus was on property taxes, but at one point it shifted to our water crisis. Now, the governor was asked if he's been monitoring the situation here in Corpus Christi. His response was rather heated.
So listen, we've been doing more than monitoring it. We've been actively involved in it going back a long time. Know this, and as we saw in advance, we were actually working with Corpus Christi in advance. We provided them with $750 million, $750 million in funding for them to address their water problem. You know what they did? They squandered it, and then they changed their plan, and then they were indecisive about what to do. Corpus Christi is a victim not because of lack of water. They're a victim because of a lack of ability to make a decision. What Corpus Christi leaders have to do is make a decision. We can only give them a little time more before the state of Texas has to take over and micromanage that city and run that city to make sure that every resident who goes to the water tap and turns it on, they're going to be getting water out of their faucet. Not because of what local leaders are doing, but because of what the state of Texas will do. We're fully committed to making sure that Corpus Christi residents are going to have the water they need to live their lives like the rest of the people in the state of Texas.
Now, we spoke with City Manager Peter Zanoni asking for a response or reaction to what the governor had to say, and he sent us a statement that says, in part, that the city is deeply grateful for the governor's continued support, including assistance in developing $1 billion in city water projects.
So the statement goes on to say that continued support from the governor, our state delegation, and state agencies for the Inner Harbor Desal project will ensure greater water security for our region.
Hey there, happy Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. You are waking up with probably no idea that there were storms tonight, because if you did, you'd have been up for a while at this point. They came through a few hours ago. A lot of shaking, a lot of booming from lightning, wind. Not a whole lot in the way of rain, though. Let me show you a recap of the radar here from just about an hour and a half ago. We're still seeing a few showers around a few of our neighborhoods, namely in Live Oak County. That's probably where we have the best chance of rain actually hitting the ground, where 59, 37, and 281 come together. But we had some showers move through pretty quick, fast, and in a hurry. Brought a lot of wind, a few claps of thunder and lightning, and all it amounted to was 0.11 of an inch, just more than 1/10 of an inch at NAS Corpus Christi, where we also reported some of the strongest winds, around 52 miles per hour for that peak wind gust there earlier this morning. 0.04 of an inch in Port Aransas, 1 drop in the bucket for our friends in Rockport, and 1 for Hebbronville, which just came recently. So that's all we have at our official reporting stations. Still, there are some wet roadways out there, and it is a bit damp. Doesn't look like there are too many problems here in SPID, so here's a look at what's going on across our neighborhoods. Temperatures in those low to middle 70s. The winds are much more tame now, even calm in Beeville, where we will soon have the big weather maker rolling through. That's a cold front today, but don't expect much of a cool down. I'll tell you more in a moment. Taking a closer look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network, starting off with a windy part of this. Your neighbors in Port A and Aransas Pass, respectively, picking up a 24-mile-per-hour peak wind gust at Stanley Weather in Port A, 35-mile-per-hour peak wind gust off Porpoise Drive in Aransas Pass. So that really hasn't done much to the temperature. We've been hanging out in those middle 70s for most of the overnight. Here's what's changing. We've got a cold front on the way. This black dash line right here is kind of the appetizer that's ushered in some of that rain and wind. But once that front moves through, the northwest winds behind it are dry, and they're going to be something called downslope winds. They get compressed and they heat up when they get to us, meaning our temperature will be near 80 degrees by lunchtime as the wind starts to shift. Throughout the afternoon, those temperatures will skyrocket to the upper 80s, most of us near 90 degrees this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Yes, it will still be breezy, but not in the way that it was overnight. Now, if you're heading out to the coast, it'll be a little bit cooler, temperatures closer to 80 because you're by the water. Moderate risk of rip currents today, and you definitely want to wear that SPF 30 or better. You have been warned. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. If you don't have outdoor plans, make them now. We have some fabulous weather on the way. Just watch out for a few chilly mornings on Thursday and Friday.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
84 years after the attack on Pearl Harbor, a Coastal Bend sailor lost that day has finally been identified. But the story isn't just about one family's closure. I'll show you how a tragedy from 1941 connected two strangers and turned them into friends.
It was instant love, wasn't it, Nikki?
It may seem like they've been friends forever, but Kathy Herman and Nikki Valdez only met about a month ago at a Whataburger.
I think it's a God thing, really, that we're in each other's lives.
What brought them together wasn't coincidence. It was loss. For Kathy, that loss was her uncle Clive Clifton McMeans, a man she never had the chance to meet.
We have loved him forever, not knowing him.
Through faded photographs and stories passed down through generations, Clyde became a part of the family long before his story was complete.
He was handsome. He could dance very well. We knew that he wanted to serve his country.
Service ran in the family. Clyde and his brother Edward McMeans, Kathy's father, both went to war during World War II.
My dad was a medic. Well, he went across the English Channel, so he did D-Day. He did the Belgian Bulge. He did all the major wars and saw many horrific things. Came home alive.
But his brother Clyde never made it home. The Benketti High School graduate was just 26 years old when he was stationed aboard the USS California at Pearl Harbor. December 7, 1941, the day that everything changed.
The water was flaming because of all the oil and the bombs.
Newspapers at the time described Clyde's final moments. He was in a motorboat helping ferry sailors to shore when a bomb hit. After the attack, Clyde was listed missing in action. Weeks later, declared dead. His body was never recovered.
All of his siblings just wanted him to come home, and my grandparents wanted him to come home.
Decades passed, then in the early 2000s, the Navy asked the family for DNA samples, just in case one day they found him.
So for years after that, I would call every now and then to see if they had found my Uncle Clyde's remains, and nothing.
Until this year.
A month ago, I just get this random call that maybe they had found him.
And in that moment, Kathy did something unexpected. She reached out to a woman she had never met.
I called their office and I said, I'm looking for Nikki Valdez.
Nikki knew exactly what that phone call meant because last year I shared her story when her great uncle Roberto Stillman Garcia was identified after being lost at Pearl Harbor for more than 8 decades.
When Kathy called me, it was like I'd known her.
And even more remarkable, their families may have been connected all along. Clyde McMeans and Roberto Garcia, both from the Coastal Bend, served aboard the same ship.
They both were on the California, so we think they knew each other.
Nikki, we were in the same room when you gave me the news about your great uncle. How does it feel to just come back here with another miracle?
It's just amazing.
We'll get into some more specifics with you.
Nikki was even there with Kathy and her family when the Navy officially confirmed Clyde McMeans had been found.
They actually went through various steps to come up to this conclusion.
Finally, after 84 years, a family that never got to say goodbye is now getting that chance.
I know that my Uncle Clyde's in heaven with his parents and his siblings, but it gives me joy to know that he's coming home.
And for Nikki, making sure Clyde's story was remembered was just as important as the identification itself. So she made one simple suggestion.
When we talked,
she's like, can I call Michelle? Can I call Michelle?
And that's what brought us here. 2 women, 2 families, connected by history and by 2 young sailors from the Coastal Bend, never knowing that more than 80 years later, their stories would be told.
That's the biggest thing, is to not give up hope.
Absolutely. And you know what? McMeans is expected to be buried at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery. The family is planning to have memorial services on May 1st, and we'll make sure we keep you updated when the locations and times are available.
An amazing story, and we could see more of those as well, as the U.S. military is making plans to exhume the remains of 88 sailors and Marines killed on the USS Arizona in Pearl Harbor. Now, this is part of an effort to use advances in DNA technology to help identify them. As of right now, the plan is to remove 8 bodies every 2 to 3 weeks. From there, DNA will be compared to samples collected from surviving family members of the missing troops.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
U.S. oil and gas are in high demand overseas right now. Asian nations that rely heavily on Middle Eastern energy imports are looking for alternative sources of supply. Prices for U.S. light sweet crude for delivery in Asia have spiked since the U.S. and Israel launched their initial attack on Iran. The war closed off a primary source of energy for many countries in Asia.
And as the war in Iran continues, so do the gas prices. While going down about 7% Monday, oil futures rebounded and are heading back up. Let's take a look at the averages, though, to give you an idea on where we stand this morning. Nationally, $3.59, up by 5 cents since yesterday, 64 cents since the war began. Texas, $3.26, up by 6 cents since yesterday, 70 cents since the war began. Corpus Christi, we're no stranger to that, $3.37, up by 3 cents since yesterday, but a whopping 77 cents since the war began.
The voice of Robstown, Renee Vasquez, has passed away. Officials tell Chris 6 News no cause of death has been determined, but that Vasquez passed away in his sleep. Vasquez was well known for his coverage of sports on Magic 104.9 in Robstown, as well as Cal Allen, Moody, and Refugio. In recent years, Vasquez battled health issues, including diabetes and renal kidney disease. As his condition declined, he began dialysis.
So President Trump says the U.S. could see its first newly built oil refinery in about 50 years, and it may be coming to South Texas. In a True Social post, he announced plans for a $300 billion refinery paid for by an Indian group. This is going to be at the Port of Brownsville. He framed the project as part of his, quote, America First energy policy aimed at boosting domestic production and cutting reliance off from foreign oil imports. The announcement comes as energy concerns are gaining increased attention amid the conflict with Iran.
International travelers may soon see shorter wait times again. DHS says the expedited customs program known as Global Entry will resume after being halted during the partial government shutdown. Global Entry allows pre-approved travelers to quickly pass through automated kiosks when returning to the United States from international trips. More than 12 million travelers are enrolled in Global Entry, and officials say restoring the service should help ease long lines at custom in airports across the country.
Well, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is set to release new inflation data for the month of February. The Consumer Price Index measures how much the price of goods and services change from month to month. It's considered a key economic indicator. The measure rose by just a fraction for January. However, the report will cover costs just before the Iran war broke out, which we will expect to see an increase from, not only because of gas prices, but because it costs more money to transport goods. And so we may see retailers increasing prices. We just did a story yesterday about how airline prices may go up. Mm-hmm. And does weather have any impact on any air travel in our area? I know we saw some crazy shows last night.
Well, you know, Houston is a major hub, so is Dallas. That's where a lot of the flights here at CCIA connect to. So whenever they have some messy weather, it tends to throw us for a little bit of a loop, thankfully. If you are going to be doing some traveling this week, the weather is clearing out, at least here in Texas, and it looks like we're in for a much sunnier forecast here locally and across other parts of the Lone Star State. So let's start with what's happening right now in your neighborhood. Just a few lingering showers after the whole show. The wind, the thunder and lightning, and just a small amount of rain here probably had you up a little earlier. If not, if you slept through it, you missed out on quite a show. And if today's your trash day, it is my trash day. You might be like some of my neighbors going to pick up what your trash bins, if you can go find it, what your trash bins may have let out overnight. But here's where one of the last lingering showers is right now in Live Oak County, just passed through George West. So this is crossing the 37 corridor. This is just a quick little downpour. Don't think it's going to make it to Lake Corpus Christi. If it does, great, that would be phenomenal. But just a few little speckly showers left this morning. We're generally heading toward a dry trend, but that doesn't mean our roadways are dry. Out on SP80, we're still seeing a little bit of a reflection on the pavement. Think we may still have some damp roadways out there, but at least the wind is a lot better, and we don't see any slowdowns on any of our major commutes. So conditions fairly warm, low to middle 70s for now. We are going to be very warm this afternoon, and this time tomorrow, much chillier. There are some changes to be aware of, and the first one is starting right now with our winds coming down as we head through this morning. There's a cold front that's going to be approaching us here in the coastal bend. So let's talk about the appetizer to it, what we saw this morning. The Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network showing us some of those strong wind gusts we had this morning. 24 miles per hour in Port A from Stanley Weather, 35 miles per hour from Porpoise Drive. We had some stronger readings, say at NAS Corpus Christi, 52 mile per hour winds. It was strong, but temperatures still holding steady in those those middle 70s. So what can you expect for the rest of today? If you're taking a walk with your favorite pup, Missy is our dog walking forecast start today, and boy, oh boy, is it going to be a warm one for that dog walk later today. Breezy, but temperatures getting back to the 80s. For sure going to be a bit of a warm one, even for March standards. But here's the big weather picture. Our appetizer round shown here with a dash line. The cold front will be moving through, say, about 10, 11 a.m., and so that is going to keep those winds breezy, but it's going to bring some warmer weather to the forecast this afternoon. Now, we have some warm afternoons ahead. Chilly mornings. Thursday morning, 53, 46 on Friday morning. So we're really going to take advantage of these afternoons. That's the one price we pay. This is typical March weather to see the chilly mornings, pleasant afternoons, but the sunshine lasts all the way through next week. So Brian, Michelle, you guys got to make some plans this weekend. I know I'm going to try to make some, celebrate my anniversary.
Ooh, we got to celebrate his birthday early because I'll be out of town on his birthday. I feel so bad, but it's for Larissa.
Yeah, exactly. Any big plans for the anniversary?
We're just going to get outside, enjoy the weather.
Yeah, no, definitely a good time to check out maybe the new pier.
We haven't been to Bob Hall yet, so we're definitely going to have to put that one on the list. But either way, can't go wrong. We're going to have several nice days, so lots of plans on the way.
We're going to have like a beach picnic, too.
Oh,
that's what he's done. He set up a table with candles and everything.
Romantic
kink.
Very nice, snazzy.
Well, hey, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with even more news from your neighborhood in just a bit. But until then, have a great day.
Bye.